Awesome. Well, hello and welcome everybody to your virtual college fair. Matthew is my name. I get to be your host for the night. I'm thrilled to have you here and to hear from these wonderful schools. Just a couple of notes I'm going to go over prior to getting started, and then we can jump right in. So to start, if you have anything to ask during our time, the Q&A is turned on. My only ask from you is that if you have a question for one school versus if you have a question for the whole group, to notate that, just so we know who to send your question to. Do know too, your cameras and microphones are turned off, so your only job is to kind of sit back, take notes, listen to everything that these schools have to share with you, and really hear which one's the right fit. This is day one of a 2-day fair and session 1 out of 3. So sign up for more. This fair is filled with some wonderful schools. So really take the time to hear from as many as you can. We will film this. So in about a week's time, the same link that you used to sign up for this session, you can find a link to watch it once or twice more to take any notes that you may have. Just to get us situated here, we are in session A1. These are the schools you will hear from, and we will go from there. Awesome. With that out of the way, I'm going to turn off my camera and jump right in. So with that being said, our first school you will hear from tonight is Lourdes University. And it looks like you're still on mute.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Matthew, for the introduction. Hello, everybody. My name is Elena Coe, and my colleague Devontae Williams is also on this call with me. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask at the end, but let's get started talking about Lourdes University. So a little bit about Lourdes. We are founded in our Franciscan Catholic traditional values of learning, community, reverence, and service. We are a small private liberal arts university. We're roughly around 1,400 students. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. Classroom sizes, you're looking before COVID, anywhere between 25 to 30 students, but right now with COVID, it's anywhere from 15 to 18 students, sitting obviously at a 6-foot feet apart with masks. And we were voted 14 named best in the Midwest College by Princeton Review and voted safest campus as well. Here are our colleges that we have in our academic programs. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business and Leadership, College of Nursing, and the College of Social Sciences. We have a wide variety of athletics at Lourdes University, as well as rec activities. Here are some just for you to be able to see. We have baseball, softball, basketball, cross country, golf, lacrosse, soccer, volleyball, wrestling, cheer, esports, bowling. We do offer a variety of athletic scholarships available. We are Division II, and we are in the WAC division. So we do have our brand new state-of-the-art eBide Recreation Center, which we are very proud of. This recreation center has the state-of-the-art gym. We also have 2 different weight rooms, as well as a variety of workout areas. We have an aerobics room, as well as a cardio room, a athletic weightlifting area for our athletic sports teams, as well as a athletic weightlifting area for just our general student population. So at Lourdes, we don't believe in dormitory living. We have apartment style residence halls. These residence halls the buildings are co-ed, however, the rooms are not. As you can see in the diagrams next to the picture, we have It's 2-bedroom apartments. Each bedroom holds 2 students. Comes with a bathroom, a dining room, a living room, and a kitchen. These apartments do come fully furnished with AC and Wi-Fi. If you would like, you are more than welcome to purchase cable, but because everybody's live streaming these days, we do recommend that that is the way that students go. Here at Lourdes, we do offer a variety of scholarships and aid, depending on where you fall, if it's full-time or part-time. We have our Merit Award, which is based on our GPA scale, whatever that is, coming from your high school transcript. We have Character Awards. These are awards that we give out to students based on other activities that they have participated in throughout high school. Raise Me if you do not know about. We would love to answer questions for you after, but it's an opportunity to earn free money towards your overall tuition at Lourdes. We offer band and choir scholarships, as well as our Gooby mascot award, if that's something that you're interested in. We do offer a campus ministry, which is our Tau scholarship, university grants, and Wolf grants. These are all stackable scholarships, one on top of the other. There is no just getting one and not getting another, which is what makes us one of the most affordable private institutions in the nation. So what is the admissions process and how can you get signed up? Step 1 is completing our Lourdes free online application. If you have any questions of where you can find this, please let us know once we are done presenting and once you're done listening to the rest of the group. We also have our second step is send in your high school transcript. This does not have to be the absolute official. What it is if you could send us a picture, have your admissions counselor send us a copy of it. We will ask for an additional official transcript once you graduate, but just so that we can get you through the admissions process. Then we have optional submission of ACT or SAT. Yes, we are test optional depending on the program or major of study that you are choosing to study in. Number 3 is complete your FAFSA. If you don't have this code already, there is the Lourdes code for you so that you can have that to complete the FAFSA and send that into us. And then number 4 is to complete the online general scholarship application, which you will find in your 4 steps once we get you through steps 1, 2, and 3. If you have not done so already, we would love for you to come visit our beautiful campus. These are some of the opportunities that we have for you in order for you to come and visit. We have on-campus, in-person daily visits that you can sign up with the link provided below, as well as virtual appointments, drive-through campus tour, which that date should be coming very soon. We're very excited about that. And like I said below, for more information, you can follow the link. But with that being said, thank you so much, Matthew, for allowing me to present on our university. We will be on this call for the remainder of the time. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, with that being said, next school you will hear from tonight is Belmont University.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Well, everyone, welcome. My name is Clayton Walker. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Belmont. So we'll go and get started. As I said, my name is Clayton, so I'm the counselor for Ohio and the West Coast. There's my contact information, so you're welcome to reach out to me after this call if you have any questions. Also, Belmont grad, double grad, did my undergrad and grad school at Belmont recently, and now get to work in admissions. So Belmont is a medium-sized Christian liberal arts university. So medium-sized, we're at just about 6,600 undergraduate students. We have grown a lot recently. We've tripled enrollment since 2000, but even with all that growth, we have maintained a small class size, average class size of 19 students, and a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. So that student-centeredness is really important to us. Even with that growth, we like to think of ourselves as the small school feel, but with the resources of a larger university. And we really do that with our faculty faculty members and class size. Belmont faculty is really what makes your experience. They'll be the ones to set you up with internships and jobs after graduation, and also just be mentors for our students. And we pride ourselves in being a teaching institution. We don't have any teaching assistants. All of our faculty members are full-time, and they're there to teach before they do any research. We also have students from all over the country and really the world that attend Belmont. You can see approximately 67% of students come from outside of Tennessee. So we're not really your local state college anymore. We have students from all over the country. Ohio's typically pretty high on that list for us, probably in the top 10 states that we get students from that attend Belmont come from Ohio. And of course, we're located in Nashville, Tennessee, and that's a huge part about Belmont. Nashville is a great city to be in. Nashville is booming. They estimate about 100 people move to Nashville every single day. So you've probably heard of Nashville as Music City, and that's very true. I think it fits our largest major being music business, but it's also so much more than that. It's also the healthcare capital of the country. So we have a lot of great healthcare administration organizations in Nashville, and HCA, Hospital Corporations of America, is one of the largest hospital chains in the country, and they're headquartered in Nashville as well. We're also a big business city. Amazon just opened up a big logistics headquarters here. Quite a few finance firms are moving to Nashville, and several other businesses, really in every sector. We also are the third coast for fashion. So just recently in 2017, we merged with the Amore College of Architecture and Design. And so our fashion design and interior design and architecture programs are newer to campus, but again, fit really well with just the things happening in Nashville as a city. So we do have over 100 majors at Belmont across all the colleges you see on your screen. I mentioned music business is the largest college on largest program on campus. Nursing is actually the second largest. So we have a good mix of entertainment, and then our health sciences, and then in the top 10 of majors, we also have our business students as well. So pretty diverse when it comes to what students study at Belmont. Now, how to apply. Once you submit your application to Belmont, you can apply one of two ways, either online through our Belmont application or the common application. We do need a couple supplemental items from you. We are test optional for this year and fall of 2022. So you don't have to worry about test scores if you don't want to. We will super score those scores for you though, if you do send in test scores. And we are test optional for all of our majors, as well as all of our scholarship opportunities. So you can be considered for absolutely everything without submitting test scores. But if you do, you can see the middle 50% of last year's applicants on your screen. The high school transcript, we do need to be official from your high school. We take your weighted GPA. So our average weighted GPA on a 4.0 scale last year was a 3.83 for our students. And then last, we don't need any teacher recommendations. We just need a school counselor recommendation, really just letting us know how you fit into the context of your school. So that is the only recommendation we require. Once you submit all of that, we are rolling admissions at Belmont. So that means about a week or two after we've received everything, you'll get a decision in the mail. And that non-binding offer of admission is valid until May 1st. Moving on to scholarships. We do have quite a few scholarships at Belmont, and what I really appreciate about Belmont is your application for admission to the university is your application for all scholarship opportunities at Belmont as well. So about a week after you receive that acceptance letter, you'll receive your general academic merit scholarship, and that can range from $3,000 to $10,000 a year. And that's based just on your academics. So you'll receive that automatically, and you can always be reconsidered for merit scholarships if you do end up taking a test and want to submit one of those, or have an updated GPA based on your fall or spring semester senior year. If you receive that $10,000 merit scholarship, then you're automatically considered for our named and departmental scholarships, which can range up to a full tuition and room and board. So that's all I have. I'll stick around in the chat. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So the next school you will hear from tonight is Temple University.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly. I actually represent our Japan campus, so it's Temple University Japan Campus, TUJ for short. I am based here in Tokyo, Japan. It's 7 a.m. It's freezing cold, but I'm very happy to be here. Hello to all of you. For those of you who don't know us, our main campus is Temple University on the east coast of the US in Philadelphia. We have our second campus in Rome, Italy, and then our third campus in Tokyo, Japan. It is possible to go to all three campuses. It's also possible to take advantage of any of our study abroad programs across the world. And yes, it is possible to come to Tokyo for all 4 years and earn your US bachelor's degree in Japan. Here are some 5 key points on why students choose our Japan campus, TUJ specifically. First point is the quality education we provide. So yes, we are in Japan, but we are also fully accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education in the US. It is a full bachelor's degree that is world recognized. You are earning the same degree as you would in the US, just doing it in Japan. You will have a lot of homework. You will be expected to study, but that's what you pay for, right? So it is a good thing. Another reason why students choose us is because of the diversity we bring in. We have students represented from over 60 countries. They are literally coming from around the world. We have a lot of third culture kids, meaning, for example, I have an American passport holder living in Hong Kong, attending a British school system. So it is quite diverse. It's amazing to hear students' stories and where they've traveled, where they come from. Third reason why students choose us is because of our study options. This may seem like a very small list, but if you are interested in Japan, this is quite an extensive list for a program in Japan. Most popular majors we offer are international business studies, international affairs, art, and communication studies, to name a few. Communication studies has 2 tracks. You can choose between journalism or a film production track. If you are interested in art, we are part of the Tyler School of Art, which is one of the top art schools in the US. Just that our Japan campus is a liberal arts space, so you're earning a BA in art, meaning you don't need a portfolio review to apply. Fourth reason why students choose us is because we are an American university. So that translates to number 1, affordability. This is our tuition for 1 year. It's about $15,000 US dollars for 1 year. In comparison, now that's actually quite affordable when you compare it to a public university out of state and a private university on the very low end. In many ways, it is cheaper for you to go out of country than it is to go out of state. Again, as we are an American university, we offer financial aid. So you can use your FAFSA in Japan. That is the Temple University code for you if you are a senior and you're applying for FAFSA now. We also offer GI Bill benefits. So if your family comes from a military background, you can use that to cover 100% of your tuition. And of course, we have merit-based scholarships. Here is a quick rundown of how to apply to TUJ. For those of you who are doing your research, I highly recommend you check out our application checklist that gives you a whole breakdown of what you need to prepare. It also holds you accountable of what you can prepare. So to apply, you need the online application. We also take the Common App. There is a test score requirement, but under, given the current circumstances, we will take a test optional, so not a problem there. You just have to let us know. Transcripts, we require the official transcripts, a personal statement, and the application fee. Fifth reason why students choose us is because of our career prep. We do have a center dedicated to our students to helping them find a part-time job. internships as well as full-time employment. How cool is that to say that you have work experience in a different country, let alone Tokyo, right? So it is definitely an experience of a lifetime. If you're looking to connect with our students, be sure to follow them on social media. Our ambassadors are on the Instagram frequently. It's a good way to see what life is like through their eyes. Our Instagram handle is TU Japan. We also have regular webinars and sample lessons that you can catch us at, so be sure to register. There is one coming up in March called Tea Time, Let's Talk Money. Our ambassadors and student government president will be online to talk about how they save money in Tokyo, but most importantly, how do they spend their money, right? So if I have any gamers here, I know you know what you're talking about, right? All right. If you have any questions, you can always email us. That's our email address, ac@tuj.temple.edu. We are more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here at 7 a.m. Oh my goodness. All right, folks, and next on the list is Robert Morris. I wanted to pause just a second. I'm not sure if we have a representative from that school right now, but I wanted to make space in case we do. All right. Well, if that's a school you were here for, please check out their site. Their site is full of some wonderful things. Moving on, we will go on to our next school for the night. We will hear from Slippery Rock University.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name's Mark. I'm one of the assistant directors in the admissions office at Slippery Rock University. I'm also the Ohio representative and actually from Youngstown, Ohio originally. So Slippery Rock University is not far from the Ohio border. We're only about 35 miles, 45 minutes into Pennsylvania. And we like to describe ourselves as a medium-sized public institution with just under 9,000 total students, about 7,400 to 7,500 of those being undergrads. But we'd like to be described as having more of a small school feel as well. If you look at the class size average of 25, student to faculty ratio is 21:1. It allows us to give you that balance of big enough to know you're in college, but not so big where you can't get that individualized attention. Another thing that's very unique about our institution being public is that you will never be taught a class by a grad student. All of our classes are taught by professors, and 92% of our faculty have PhDs or terminal degrees. As I mentioned, we're about 45 minutes east of Youngstown and about 50 miles north of Pittsburgh, which gives us great access to that big city feel. But the town of Slippery Rock itself, very small, quiet and safe type of community with a population of 3,000. As I mentioned, the advantages of public universities, and we are also part of the Pennsylvania state system of higher education. We're one of 14 institutions that make up the state system, which will certainly maximize the value, but publics as a whole are designed to be a little bit more comprehensive, right? So we're offering about 150 undergraduate majors spread out amongst 4 academic colleges. So our colleges in order of quantity of students is the College of Health, Engineering, and Science, followed by the College of Business, College of Education, and lastly, the College of Liberal Arts. And again, always taught by professors. 92% of those have PhDs or are terminally qualified. One of the most important things for our students is to get a very traditional residential college feel that comes with a lot of co-curricular things, right? So when you get to college, you're going to free up about 20 hours a week as compared to your high school schedule. And we want you to fill those with very positive student life activities that will also act as resume building things for you, that are teaching you those skills that employers are looking for, right? Teaching you how to communicate, teaching you how to lead, teaching you how to fail and adjust to those failures, and all of those skills, those top skills of collaboration, active listening, and being a team player. So we want to get you involved in a variety of those activities. Also, we are the former physical education university of the Pennsylvania state system of higher education. So we are Division II NCAA athletically with 17 sports, 7 on the men's side, 10 on the women. So this is a very important part of our experience and something that we generate a lot of resources towards students having that experience, that they will learn as much outside of the classroom as they will inside of the classroom. Also, we were recently named the best dorms in Pennsylvania. We offer two styles of housing, residential suite style housing, as well as traditional dormitories. And we will see the difference in those between the cost. When we get to the cost slide, we'll talk about the difference between the two styles of residence halls. But niche.com was the website that named us the best dorms in Pennsylvania, which certainly doesn't make anybody mad. Housing is definitely an important part of the college search process. But for Ohio students and all of our out-of-state students, what we began to do in 2004 is offer an out-of-state tuition reduction. This is not considered scholarship. It is simply a reduction in tuition based on your final high school GPA. So whereas admission decisions and scholarship decisions are typically made on grades 9 through 11, our out-of-state tuition discount does include the senior year. So it's based on your final high school GPA. If you are a 3.0 or higher, you receive an automatic reduction in tuition that is worth almost $4,000, and it places our out-of-state tuition at under $12,000 for the academic year. So we are very affordable, named a top 10 out-of-state public university value. We are also a flat rate of tuition. We do not bill per credit, which is something that has allowed us to stay very affordable for both in and out-of-state students. And as you can see, the general difference that we like to use between the housing styles, suite style to traditional, is roughly about $1,700 a semester or $3,400 for the academic year. The way to apply to Slippery Rock is simply on our website, sru.edu/apply. We are test optional as well. Our graduate programs that we host that are a big draw for us, doctorate in physical therapy, doctorate in occupational therapy, master's in physician assistant, do not come with guaranteed seats. So that does not put us in a position where we have to look at test scores for any particular program. So we are test optional for every academic program. We have a $30 application fee, and we require the official high school transcripts to be sent. We also have an automatic offer of admission. Any student with a 3.25 or higher cumulative GPA after grade 11 will be automatically offered admission. Our scholarships are also based on the application, and we have some additional donor scholarships that do require an application, as well as the honors college. You must be applied to the honors college to be considered for their scholarships, and these are all stackable for both in and out-of-state students. Our general admissions email address, you can see there, asktherock@sru.edu. Our general phone number there, as well as we are working remotely most of the time. We are offering on-campus visits right now, and I suggest that if you guys are interested in coming to see and take a tour of our campus, we are offering those daily, twice a day, Monday through Friday. We also have some select Saturdays coming up for the spring. And that mascot right there, that is a lion, folks. Not sure if you could identify that as a lion, but that is Rocky the Lion. Very important that you know the mascot of these schools that you are considering. But I will leave my contact information in the chat for you guys. And thanks so much for coming on tonight and listening to me talk about Slippery Rock University. Have a great night, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, folks, just a note too, to use the Q&A if you have anything to ask. We'll have some time for Q&A at the end. I have questions prepped, but if you have any to ask the group, we will absolutely start with those. With that being said, the last but certainly not least school you will hear from tonight, University of Colorado, Boulder.
Hi, everyone. Matthew, I'm having a hard time getting my screen shared. Is there a trick that I missed?
There is not. It should be shared to everybody. Let me double check our settings.
Oh, here we go. There we go. That's on me. I think I would have figured out Zoom after the last year and a half, but
no worries.
There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening, I guess. My name is Rebecca, and I am here on behalf of University of Colorado Boulder. I'm really grateful to have you all here today. I also work with all of our Ohio students, so I'm a great resource for any of you interested in CU Boulder. So my contact information is shared on the screen there. But jumping right in, just want to share a little bit more about who we are, where we're located. CU Boulder is located in Boulder, Colorado. We are about half an hour west from Denver. If anyone's been to Colorado, you've likely come through the Denver airport. We are about half an hour west of that in Boulder, Colorado, about as far west as you can get before we're actually in the mountains. So pretty cool view for your 4 years of college, but comes with a lot of other perks of being in a college town as well. So like I mentioned, located at the base of the Rocky Mountains, and we've been named #1 college town in America a handful of times over the last few years. So definitely a very vibrant community that you join by joining the CU Boulder community. As far as the type of university that we are a large public institution, a Tier 1 research institution. We are one of 36 U.S. public research universities in the AAU. So larger school experience, about 30,000 undergraduate students on campus and about 5,000 or 6,000 additional grad students on top of that. So definitely more of an undergraduate focused education. That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean all of our classes are massive and you're going to have a lecture hall for all of your courses. We have an 18:1 student to faculty ratio, and 85% of our classes are taught with fewer than 50 students. So a lot smaller than most are expecting at a larger institution. As far as academics goes, I'll dive into that in just a moment, but you'll have quite a bit to choose from here at CU Boulder. And as far as our community goes, we are going to have quite a bit for our students to get involved in, over 500 different student clubs and organizations to get involved in on campus. Now, as far as your academic experience, I'm sure this is a really big driver for most of you in your college search. We have a very customizable academic experience here at CU Boulder with all of these options on the screen here. So over 100 different majors for students to choose from. You'll obviously pick one of those to graduate from CU. But on top of that, you can come up with endless combinations of all of these other options to add on to a major that you might be interested in. We have over 50 different minors for students to choose from. It's like a smaller sampling of courses that you can take, add another layer of interest to your academic career. Very similar concept to a certificate. Concurrent enrollment options allow you to graduate from CU Boulder in 5 years with both your bachelor's and your master's degree. So between all those options, lots of ways to customize your academic experience. Like I mentioned, we do have over 100 different majors, and those all fall into one of these 7 colleges, schools, or programs that you see on the screen here. Some of our programs that we're well known for, College of Engineering is a big one, especially our aerospace engineering program. It's a pretty cool program on campus. Lead School of Business is also a popular program, but really a lot going on campus. One in particular that you don't see on the screen here is our program in exploratory studies, a really great starting point for anyone who's undecided or maybe, needing to take a little bit of time to do some exploring on campus. So definitely some space for that, which is nice knowing that there's a space for that exploration at a large university. Now, beyond that, we want you to have an awesome experience outside of the classroom as well. That's one of my favorite things about Boulder and just that campus experience is that we really encourage our students to be balanced and take advantage of this environment that we have access to. You'll see a few different things on the screen here as far as ways that our students are being active on campus, taking advantage of our surroundings. Certainly there's no shortage of opportunities there. Some of the things that stand out to me, obviously, if you like to be outside, Boulder and Colorado in general is a really great place to be. Awesome weather year round. It hit 60 today, so kind of a nice random nice day for a February afternoon. So beyond that, Boulder has also been named one of the best cities in the US to start a business. Great for entrepreneurship, great for business students and anyone hoping to start a business. Research, we talked about that a little bit. Really big art scene in Boulder. Moral of the story, lots going on here in Boulder. But whatever it is that you're interested in, know that there's really no shortage of ways to get involved. And obviously, like I mentioned, it's a great place to play outside, but if that's not your thing, that's totally fine. We have ways for our students to really take advantage of that full campus experience through those 500 and more clubs and organizations to get involved in different events going on throughout the course of the week, and really a robust community that our students get to join beyond just that campus experience as well. So a lot going on. I do want to touch base just on some logistics, talking about what the application looks like. I will note too that there's a lot that goes into the application process. I think all of us online will echo that. The process can be a little overwhelming. So I want to share a checklist that may be helpful. A couple things to note, we have been test optional this year for our incoming first year students for fall 2021. We are still waiting for approval from the state government to move forward with the next recruitment cycle as test optional. So we've got to wait for approval from the governor before we can move on, but hopefully we will be test optional again next year as well. All of these materials do need to be submitted by one of these two deadlines in order to be considered an on-time applicant. So January 15th or November 15th of your senior year. Now, one last thing I want to share, this is obviously a very quick look at CU Boulder. We have a ton of virtual experiences available to students. In fact, some really cool things that we wouldn't normally offer in a typical year, but just know that there are a lot of ways to continue to engage with us virtually. We do not have any in-person tours or visits at this time, but know that there are tons of things going on online. So with that, here's my contact information. Again, thanks so much for being here with us tonight, and I'll be around for the rest of the evening for any questions that y'all have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, folks. Thank you once again to all these wonderful schools for sharing all that they did. At this time, I'm going to ask our reps to turn their cameras back on. And we're going to have like a round table talk about a couple. I think we have time for 1 or 2 Q&As. So my first question, let me go ahead and bring it up. I'll take it away once we start having the conversation. But my first question, what tips would you give someone going through the college search process right now? I know there's so many, but I'd love to hear from you folks about what tips you have. If we could go in the same order of presentations, that would be fantastic. But I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Okay, I will start then. So overall, when looking for a college or university, I would make sure that they have obviously your best interest in mind. They check the boxes of what you're looking for. In this day and age, it can be very hard, especially with, and I'm sure the other counselors can agree with everything that's going on virtually, making sure that those options are offered, but not only offered, but they are well-rounded when offered. Just, that they have everything that you're asking for.
Yeah, I would agree. Just fit's the most important. So finding your fit, whether it be a small school, medium-sized school, big school, your program, everyone has a different checklist, and that's okay. Just finding what is important to you and finding the best college that way.
Okay, so for Temple University Japan campus, obviously fit is a big thing to consider because it's going to put you in Japan, right? Other things to note when you're doing your research is connect with us. We as admissions counselors, we like to talk to you. We like to help you. So don't be afraid to ask us questions. And then the third one is, I know a lot of students are afraid to ask questions. They like to find things out for themselves, which is totally fine. I would just draw your attention to our website. There is a search bar function in the website. So, if you want to look up scholarships, just hit that search function, type scholarships, and you'll hit the right page. Thank you.
I actually have a son who's a senior in high school this year. So it's part of the daily life of an admissions counselor dad right now, but try to make it as normal as possible. There's obviously a lot of things that have been different for the 2021 kids. You guys have to try to make that as normal as possible. So take advantage of every resource that the schools are offering. If that happens to be on in-person visits, do those, right? If they're not, take advantage of all the robust things that now they can do virtually. Things are different now, right? So take advantage of all of those things. And the last thing I would say is don't revolve the entire search around one major for one career, because only about 5% of the time does that happen. So find a college or university that's going to put you in a situation where you can make yourself as marketable as possible, that gives you an opportunity to study what you love, and then fulfill that college experience with co-curricular activities that are going to open up doors for you on your way out. And also remember to meet people, right? 7 out of 10 jobs come from who you know. So you have to build those relationships.
Yeah, and just to add a couple quick things, like Mark mentioned, there are a ton of really cool visit opportunities right now that maybe are a little unconventional, but take advantage of them. That's the best way for you to get a feel for what's going on at these institutions. Beyond that, I would say for anyone that still is yet to start the application process, my piece of advice is start earlier than you think, just because I know myself included, a lot of us operate on deadlines, and I'm an 11:59 submission kind of person. I don't recommend that for college applications. So take some time, gather the things you need. It'll take the stress off the process and make things way easier. So start early if you can.
Those are wonderful tips. Yes, that last one is one I learned very later in life. So wonderful to hear. All right, so my last question to ask you folks is one of my favorites, but if you could share an interesting or fun fact about your school. You have some wonderful schools. I'd love to hear a fun fact you have to share.
So one fun fact about Lourdes University, I actually just learned this the other day. One of our top programs and majors is our nursing program. Overall, we have a NCLEX test. I know that that is what nurses have to take, obviously, to pass their overall to get their licensure. But I had found out that Lourdes University's passing rate is 83.14%, and that is higher than the national average in the United States, which we're super excited about. So if nursing is something that you're looking into, we would love to talk more to you. Obviously other majors too, but that was something super exciting and a fun fact that I found out.
I think fun fact would just be athletics right now. Belmont is doing fantastic in college basketball. As a mid-major school, is winning this program in the nation. So just keep an eye out for March Madness.
So for TUJ, we are in Japan. That's pretty unique in itself. It's the experience of a lifetime. And I know some students will think that's so far away, but actually we do have quite a population from Ohio. So don't shut it down right away. What's great is that we are in the city. So as soon as you step off campus, you have all of Tokyo as your playground. Just 10 minutes away is Shibuya. That is the famous hangout area for kids. It's where Tokyo drifted. And then if that's not your scene, you can still hop on a train, and then an hour out, you're in the countryside. So it is a beautiful place to be.
I'm going to give you two quick ones. One is a proud thing for Slippery Rock. We were recently named the best public university in Pennsylvania for getting a job. So that's obviously our career education development office is doing a wonderful job, and they've been given a lot of resources, and they've taken advantage of that, really preparing our students well. The fun fact would be simply this: we are a public university that is NCAA Division II, and that is only very unique to Ohio because, and students, I'll give you guys the challenge. There is only one public Division II university in the state of Ohio at the NCAA level. Okay, I know what Lourdes College is, and I know their head basketball coach very well. But one public D2 in Ohio. So Slippery Rock University being close to the border and being a public D2 makes us a little bit unique.
Awesome. And one fun fact from CU Boulder, we actually have a live mascot. So kind of fun. If anyone's into football, definitely have an opportunity to see Ralphie, our live buffalo, run on the football fields before the game and at halftime. So Ralphie is a girl, so she's got some girl power down there on the football field. So she's awesome. Google it, look it up on YouTube. That's my fun fact for you.
That's awesome.
Well, wonderful. Thank you all so much. All right, that ends our night. Thank you once again to these wonderful reps who shared all they did about these schools. Thank you to the students who came. I hope you learned quite a bit. I'm pumped to visit all your schools one of these days. Just a couple of notes as we wrap up here. As I close this out, a survey will pop up. If you could fill that out, that would be wonderful. Like I said at the start, this is session 1 out of 3 for the night, with it being day 1 of 2 days for the whole fair. So sign up for plenty more. And like we had said, in about a week's time, you can find a link to this at the same way that you signed up to watch this as much as you can to really take in all these wonderful things. All right, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Be safe and be well, everybody.